I welcome you all in this online FTP on robotics that is from the AICT Training and Learning, that is Atal, and at IGTR Ahmedabad. First, I will give intro. I am Kamal Kumar Gaur, engineer at IGTR Ahmedabad, that is Indo-German Tool Room Ahmedabad. We will start our lesson now. First, we will know what is robotics. What is the intro to robotics? Basically, robotics is a field, is a branch of technology that deals with the designing or building of robots. Basically, the study of robots. So robotics is a branch of technology that deals with the physical robots, or we can say it is a science of designing or building application of robots. Like so in that context, we can say robotics defines as the study of robots. We will know what is robot, how it works, and how can we use in our daily lives. So this is all about robotics, the field of robots. And our aim of robotics is to design and efficient robots. Basically, robotic is all about robots. We will know what is robot and how we can introduce in our real life, in our industry, and we will know about the various application of robots. And if we talk about the robotics has the potential to positively transform lives and work practices, raise efficiency, safety levels, and provides enhanced level of services. Like robots basically are for the raising the efficiency. Efficiency means if we talk about the output in less input, then it will increase our efficiency in if we talk about robotics in industry, or if we use the robotics in at home. So it will also ensure the safety levels and provide the enhanced level of services. So robotics is needed because we want speed, accuracy, and it can work in hazardous or dangerous temperature. It can do the repetitive task, or basically we concerned about the accuracy. That's why we want the robotics to introduce. Now we will know what is robot. A robot is an electromechanical device that is reprogrammable, multifunctional, or sensible for environment. So what is reprogrammable means we can program and reprogram it whenever we require it to change in the instructions. Basically, program is nothing but a set of instructions. So if we can change the program, we can change the functionality of the robot. So it will be multifunctional. We can change its functions, and it is sensible for environment. How can it be sensible? If we introduce the sensors in the robot so that it can sense the environment and act according to that. So it can be used. There are various applications. It can be used as a automatic machine sweeper, an automatic car for child to play, and can be used as a machine removing mines in warfield, in space, in military, etc. And why we use robots? Because human wanted a machine to rely on, means that on which we can trust, because the robots never get tired, never get bored with the repetitive tasks, and can help the human by different tasks all the times. So that's why we need robots in our life to interfere, in our life to complete the task, in our life to help us. So we can define the robots in various ways according to various dictionary or various standards. So according to the Oxford English Dictionary, what is robot? The definition of robot is defined as a machine capable of carrying out a complex series of action that automatically, especially when programmable via computer. Means that can be reprogrammed and programmed via computer and can perform complex series of actions. And it is a basically we can say it's a machine that can perform different types of various types of complex series of actions by just giving a program to it. So we can reprogram by giving some instructions by using a computer, and we can make it perform different types of complex series, complex actions. That is the definition according to the Oxford English Dictionary. Now the second, we define the robot according to ISO, that is Industrial International Organization for Standardization. And if we define the robot according to ISO, an automatically controlled, reprogrammable, multi-purpose manipulator programmable in 3 or more axes, which can be either fixed in place or mobile for use in industrial automation application. So what it means, it is automatically controlled and we can reprogram it according to our use, according to our purpose. So it is a manipulator. Manipulator means that manipulates or handle in a specific, in a skillful manner, right? So in 3 or more axes. Axis is basically the degree of freedom, means the degree of freedom which we call to access our workspace. So it can be either fixed in place or can be mobile, can be movable for use in industrial automation application. Now, according to Robot Institute of America, that is RIA, it is a reprogrammable, multifunctional manipulator designed to move materials, tools, parts, or specialized device through various program motion for the performance of a variety of tasks. So basically, it can be used to move materials, can move heavyweight materials, parts, tools in industry. So that we can say it is a reprogrammable multifunctional manipulator. And a CNC machine that is used for machining operation, we cannot say it is a robot. Why? Because the robot has at least 6 degrees of freedom, while the CNC have 3 degrees of freedom. CNC machines are rigid, while the robots are reprogrammable, multifunctional. So if we talk about the difference between CNC and robots, it is clearly that CNC is a rigid machine and robot is a multifunctional and reprogrammable machine. The term robot has come from the Dutch word robota, which means forced or slave laborer. Basically, it was come from the Dutch word robota, robot. In 1921, Karel Capek, a Dutch playwright, in the drama named Rossum Universal Robot, used the term robot first time. So in 1921, the term robot was first used by Karel Capek in his drama, that is Rossum's Universal Robot. And according to Karel Capek, a robot is a machine that look-wise similar to a human being, like we have hands, legs, and a head. So it will look-wise similar to the human being. And if we talk about when did the robots come into existence, the first modern industrial robot called Unimate were developed by George Devol and Joy Engelberg in late 50 and early 60, in between the late 50 and early 60. The first robot patented by the Devol for part transfer machine, while the Engelberg formed the Unimation and was first to introduce to the market robot. So as a result, Engelberg has called the father of robotics. So we can say Engelberg called as the father of robotics, which he introduced the first market robot. That's why we call it as father of robotics. And if we talk about the advancement in robotics, progressive advancement in robotics, we can classify it as in the generation. The first generation that comes around 1960, that for repeating non-servo pick and place or for the point-to-point kind. In present, 80% robots are of this kind, means for pick and place, for point to point work, and for non-servo type repeating task, we use the first generation, and 80% of that robots are presently used in the industry. Second generation, that is around in 1980, that uses the first generation by involving some addition of sensing devices for path control capability, like by using some sensors to act according to the path predefined. So, and in third generation, we have used the online computation and control, artificial intelligence, and introduces some active force and torque interaction with the environment. That is around the 1982. Artificial vision is basically the vision gives capability to machine that can act according to the surroundings, act according to the nearby environment. And in fourth generation, true android or an artificial biological robots or a super humanoid capable of its own clone introduced. That is around 2000. So these are the progressive advancement in robots. This is our manipulator. Manipulator is nothing but a robotic arm that manipulates or handles any task in a skillful manner. These are few example of robots. That's mobile robots. Mobile robots is that robot that can be used as movable to transfer or to explore. These are few more examples. On the left we have autonomous underwater vehicle. On right we have unmanned aerial vehicle. Now we will talk about the history of robotics. In 1954, the first patent on manipulator by George Devol, who was the father of robots. So the first patent on manipulator was by the George Devol in 1954. And in 1956, the first robotic company was started by the Joseph Engelberg, that is Unimation. And after that, in 1962, if we talk about the manipulator, General Motors used the manipulator, that is Unimate, in die casting application. And in 1967, General Electrical Corporation made a 4-legged mobile robot, that is mobile vehicle, that can move from its position to explore or to transfer the material or part. In 1969, SAM was built by the NASA USA, and SETI, an intelligent mobile robot, was built by the Stanford Research Institute. In 1970, Victor Sandman demonstrated a manipulator known as Stanford Arm. And the second one was Lunokhod 1 was built and sent to moon by USSR for collecting information with respect to the environment of moon. And the next one is Odex 1, that was built by the Odetic in 1970. And in 1973, Richard Horn of Cincinnati Melcron Corporation manufactured the T3 robot, that is the Tomorrow 2, that is named for the future application. That's why it is named as the Tomorrow 2. In 1975, Revert at CMU USA built a 1-leg hopping machine, the first dynamically stable machine that can hop, that can move on 1 leg and with a stability. In 1978, Unimation developed the Puma robot, basically for assembly, for high-speed assembly, and its full form is Programmable Universal Machine for Assembly. In 1983, Odetic introduced a unique experimental 6-legged robot. 6-legged robot is that is mobile robot. So the and 6-legged basically is for giving the more stability. In 1986, ASV, the adaptive suspension vehicle, was developed at Ohio State University in USA in 1986. In 1997, Pathfinder and Sojourner was sent to Mars for exploration by the NASA USA. In 2000, Asimo humanoid robot developed by Honda. Asimo, that is look-wise similar to the human and act and is a robot that can intellectually can think and act according to the environment. In 2004, the surface of Mars was explored by Spirit and Opportunity robot. In 2012, Curiosity was sent to the Mars by NASA USA. In 2015, Sophia, the superhumanoid, was built by Hanson Robotics, Hong Kong. So this is the history of robotics, in which few more picture you can see on the screen. That is Turtle robot, Sputnik 1, Unimate, the first robot machine. So this is all about history of robotics. That is Puma, Iskara robot, Puma robot. These are the history of robot. These are used for the assembly. And likewise, you know, Lunocode 1, Intel 4001, the first microprocessor, C3P0 and R2D2, Asimo by the Honda, Sojourner, Mars Explorer by the NASA, and Lego Mindstorm. These are the history of robotics. These are the robots that are written in the history of the robotics. Likewise, Sony Evo, the four-legged mobile robot, we can say the legged dog, Sony Kuro, and MQ-1 Predator, Asteroid, Mars Exploration Rover, and Robonaut 2. Robonaut was introduced to for space application so that it can explore in place of human. And robots need not look like humanoid, but they can make use of. Like we know humans are the intelligent on that earth. So we want to introduce the intellectual in robots, so that we will have the intellectual robots to accomplish our task with higher efficiency. Strong and precise articulated arm to accomplish tasks that were performed by humans. We call it as articulated robots or manipulators. But there is a fear that they will replace human labors. So this is the disadvantage in respect to the employment of humans. So use of mobility to reposition the robot from one location to another, that is mobile robot. This can be done by locomotion like human do, legged robot, but most likely it will be used other means such as wheels, or we can call it as wheeled robot. We will see it later. Now if we talk about the current uses of robots, there are over 3.5 million robots in use in society, of which about 1 million are industrial robots. And these are 50% in Asia, 32% in Europe, 16% in North America. Basically, factory robots uses in mechanical production, that is for welding, painting, and for other applications. In packaging, often used in production of packaged food, for packaging the food, for packaging the output to deliver, for packaging the drinks, for packaging the medication, and also used in electronics and automatic vehicle. In electronics, they place the chip on circuit board. So this is basically an assembly application in electronics. And in automated guided vehicle, robots that move along the track that is predefined, for instance, as found in hospital or in production facilities. And other robots used in bomb disassembling, exploration, that is for volcano exploration, underwater exploration, and for other planet exploration. And can be used in cleaning at home, lawn mowing, cleaning pipes in the field, and for other application in cleaning in industry. And we can use for agriculture in harvesting, fruit harvesting, vegetable harvesting, etc. If we talk about the essential characteristic of robots, there are some essential characteristics which should be in the robots. That is, first one is sensing, so that our robot can sense surroundings and can act according to that. The robot should be able to sense its surroundings or environments So that is only possible with the help of sensors, and that sensors can be different kinds of sensor, like light sensor for eyes, touch sensor for hands, and hearing sensor for ears, and can be chemical sensor for nose that can smell. For movement, a robot need to be able to move around its environment, whether by rolling on wheels, walking on leg, snaking, or skating. And the another characteristic is energy. A robot need to be able to power itself, which depends upon its power resources. That can be battery, power generator, or it can be fuel that can provide energy for robots to work. And intelligence, the main most important is intelligence, which a robot is need to be intelligent or smart, which is only possible by the programmer person, that involve the set of instructions that can involve in the surroundings, that can act according to the surroundings, that can learn with the surroundings, so that it can act according to the situation like the human do. The usage and advantage of robots. It can be used in vehicle and car factories, mounting circuits on electronic devices like mobile phone, working where there might be a danger like nuclear leak, bomb disposal, or in hazardous condition that is danger for humans. Surgeons are performing robotic surgery to avoid jiggles and movement in microscopically aided surgery or brain surgeries. And in outside India, there is also application of mail delivery to various mail stations throughout the building in large corporation. Toy robots are a good source of entertaining for kids, for example, dancing or talking robot. Robots do not get bored or tired. So they do not get bored or tired. They do not complain about the task. They do not do any things that human do by decreasing the efficiency. So we can involve the robots where we involve in repetitive tasks or in dangerous tasks, so that they will not complain or get bored or tired. So they can work 24 into 7 without food or salary, like the human cannot do without food and salary. So they will be more efficient. Robots also improve the quality and increase the productivity of the services or product. What will be the disadvantage? Likewise, if any product introduced, there will be some advantage and obviously some disadvantage. So we will talk about the disadvantage of robots. It needs a high supply of power, and in future, if we talk, people can lose job in factories, so there will be a fear for losing job. It needs maintenance to keep it running. It costs a lot of money to make or buy a robot, so they are very expensive for at initial stage. A robot cannot respond in time of danger as human can. Means the intelligence of human cannot be challenged by robot, because we as intelligence is always a bigger factor in robots, that cannot be fulfilled, that cannot be work as the human do. What are the characteristics of robots? That robots will be involved for different characteristics like repeatability, manual control, automatic control, and speed of operation. And we can add one more thing, that is accuracy. That is most important in any work. Now we will know about the robotics. What is robotics? Basically, it is a science which deals with the issue related to design, manufacturing, and usage of robots. In 1942, Isaac Asimov, he introduced the term robotics in his story that is Run Around. So in 1942, the robotics term was introduced by Isaac Asimov. This is a block diagram of robotics in which we have controller, manipulator, end effector, and power supply. Power supply is basically for giving the energy to controller and to manipulator because without supply anything cannot do any action. So controller is connected to end effector, manipulator and power supply. So controller is basically gives the controlled input to manipulator and to end effector according to that, and gives the and takes the feedback and in what percent the work is done. So it will take the feedback from manipulator and end effector, so that it can alter its controlled input to the manipulator. And manipulator basically is a robotic arm that act according to the usage, that act function. End effector is basically like our hand that we use for different functions, different purposes. A robotics is nothing but a robotic arm with control and drive unit. These are the basic components which we can see, that is controller, drive or actuator, base on which the robotic arm is situated or connected. Link and joints are basically links are like our hand, that is upper arm and lower arm, in which we have elbow. Elbow is act like a joint, and wrist, sensors, end effector and gripper. Gripper and end effector is like our hands, which used to grip, which used to hold any material or part. And basically link and joints helps in achieving the workspace, in achieving the reach. So it helps in achieving the reach or to pick the material or part in a specified location. Controller is basically used to control the input of the robotic arm, in means to control the speed, to control the position. So controller will act as will give the controlled input to the robotic arm. What are the components of robotics? Manipulator, that manipulates or handle in a skillful manner, that handles the task in a skillful manner. Controller, which controls the input of the manipulator. Power supply, which is necessary for every machine. Like for us, the power supply is food and cell. And robotics is not a single area field. It is a multidisciplinary, it is an interdisciplinary area in robotics. So robotics is a multidisciplinary field. Best robotic researchers and engineers will touch these all disciplines, that is mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, and different fields. So we will talk about one by one. First, mechanical engineering, that concerned primarily with the manipulator or mobile robots design, kinematics, dynamics, compliance and actuation. If we talk about the kinematics, that is the motion of robot arm without considering the forces and or moments. So it will only discuss about the how the motion of the robotic arm is to be done. It will not about which force and how we will require the force to give that motion of the robotic arm. So kinematic is basically about the motion of robot arm without considering the force or moment. Means we will we have focus on motion of robot arm. We will not discuss about the forces in kinematics, but in dynamics we will discuss about only the force or movement we require to give the motion of a robot arm. And sensing, basically we require sensing to collecting information of the environment. Is there any doubts?
No sir, till now it's fine.
It's fine. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, sir.
And likewise, there is
No, sir.
other
No doubt.
display areas. Oh, okay, we will continue from here. So there are other disciplinary area in robotics, that is computer science, that concern primarily with robot programming, planning, and intelligent behavior. Basically, computer science is basically all about the programming, the set of instructions, how the robot will act, how the robot will move, how the robot will it will be all about the programming and set of instructions. The motion planning, the planning the course of action, artificial intelligence to design and develop suitable brain for robots. And like in electrical and electronics area, it concerned primarily with the robot actuation, electronic interfacing to computers and sensors, control algorithm to control the motion. So this is about the control scheme and hardware implementation. Likewise, other disciplinary areas also involved in robotics, that is general science, physics, mathematics. So these are so robotics is a multidisciplinary area. And what is the law of robotics? Means if we introduce any machine at any place, so we have to introduce some rules so that it can act according to that. Otherwise, there will be some conflicts. So we will know what are the rules. Isaac Asimov, who used the term robots, proposed the 3 law of robotics. The first law was a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm. Means it will not harm the human being if it will not harm the human being. A human being can come to harm. So it will not harm any human with its action or with its work. The second law is talk about a robot must obey order given to it by human being, except where such orders would conflict the first law. Means the robot must obey the orders that was given by the human being, but it should not conflict the first law. That means the order that conflicts the human being safety will not be implemented by the robot. And the third law talk about the protection. A robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the other 2 laws. Means about the safety of human being. So robot must protect its existence till that protection does not conflict with the first law. Is there any doubts?
No, sir.
Is everything clear about the robot, basic of robots and robotics?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No
all,
doubt,
all
sir.
is clear.
I'm from Guru Nanak Khalsa Senior Secondary School. I just want to ask you, will you provide us with these notes also?
Yes, we will provide you all the notes. We will provide you notes.
It's no doubt you're explaining very well, but we should have some hard material with us, na, to revise.
Yes. So these notes will be given after the today's session will complete.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.